What's up guys, welcome to Freedive Passion. Today, once again, we're going to delve into the mysterious world of equalization. Most of us have heard that to go below 30 meters or below your residual volume, you have to learn the mouthfill. But this isn't true. There are plenty of examples of very deep divers who have gone to 90 plus meters without ever using the mouthfill. For example, Umberto Pilazzari, Alessia, Katia, or Guillaume. So not only is it not true that you need to learn mouthfill, it's also causing a lot of unnecessary stress to a lot of freedivers. They're being convinced that to go below their residual volume, some point between 30 and 40 meters, they absolutely have to learn mouthfill. And this triggers a lot of people to start to learn mouthfill before they've even reached their failure depth of normal equalization. But in reality, there's a good amount of freedivers, especially those that have already spent quite a lot of time in the water, that reverse pack instinctively. And if you do reverse pack, so long as you're willing to put in a little bit of work to increase your understanding of what it is to reverse pack and to increase your sensitivity to reverse packing, plus your aspirations in freediving on super deep, like 80, 90, 100 meters, there's no reason that you ever need to learn to mouthfill. So, what is reverse packing? Reverse packing is when you suck air up from your lungs using either your tongue or your mouth, and you then use that air to equalize your ears. It differs from normal equalization in the way that normal equalization, you push the air up from your lungs into your mouth. To help illustrate this, I'm going to use this plastic bottle. Let's pretend this plastic bottle is our lungs. With normal equalization, we compress our lungs and push the air up into our mouth and then use that air to equalize like this. With reverse packing, we actually suck the air up from our lungs like this. For people who reverse pack instinctively, it's done with the tongue. So if you imagine this is the back of the throat, the soft palate and the hard palate, the tongue is sealed in T-lock here. What they do is they will equalize, reducing the volume, increasing the pressure, therefore pushing that pressure into the ears and equalizing the ears. Then they bring the tongue back. This is reducing the pressure. It's creating less pressure in the mouth and the throat than what there is in the lungs. At this moment, you open the glottis. This sucks up air from the lungs. Close the glottis, which has trapped the air behind your tongue, and you can then push the tongue back again and equalize again. So each time you push the tongue back, you're creating a positive pressure and equalizing the ears. When you bring the tongue back, you create a negative pressure and suck air up from the lungs. Another way to reverse pack would be to create the negative pressure simply by dropping the jaw and trying to open the mouth. At that moment, opening up the glottis, air will come up from the lungs, close the glottis, and then you'll have that air trapped in your mouth. This is how you see most people when they do reverse packing for lung stretching, because you can take more air out of the lungs this way. So it would look like this. With all types of reverse packing, coordination of the glottis is quite important. Now let's go through some pros and cons of reverse packing. First, we'll talk about some pros. A big pro is if you reverse pack instinctively, you don't actually have to go through the trouble of learning mouthfill. How deep you're going to be able to equalize is limited by your flexibility and your relaxation, so it's actually quite a safe way to start to increase your depth. And everybody will be super impressed when you tell them that you can go deep without mouthfill. Now for some cons. If you do want to go super deep in the future, like 80, 90, 100 plus meters, mouthfill is a more effective and safe way to do that. The reason is, with mouthfill, the air in your lungs is allowed to compress steadily in accordance to the increase in pressure around you. Whereas with reverse packing, you're constantly stealing extra air from the lungs the whole way down. To illustrate this once again, I'll use the plastic bottle. Now, first I'll use the example of what happens to your lungs when you take the mouthfill. When you take the mouthfill, you no longer take any more air from the lungs, so the increase in pressure is just steadily going to compress your lungs like this. Now with reverse packing, you're going to have that same steady compression, plus on top of that, you're going to be stealing extra air from the lungs. So there's going to be big jumps in the amount of air in your lungs. So it would look more like this. What this means is it will be harder for your body to adapt, thus lung squeeze is more likely to occur with reverse packing than what it is with mouthfill. That being said, doing reverse packing in a nice soft way is still safer than doing incorrect mouthfill. A final con is that if you don't reverse pack instinctively, it's actually more complicated to learn how to reverse pack than it is to learn how to mouthfill. Alright guys, that's it from me. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm going to be in Dahab here all year, so if anybody wants any coaching, just drop me an email. Until next time, take it easy and dive safe.